Amanda, good to see you. So let's go through this. Front cross, blind cross. So all of this looks really, really good, of course. Nice and easy, getting him up some really good speed here. And then on this front cross, it looks good to me. I don't see any major issues with it. And I don't mind right about there, he's going behind you, but what I really, really like is I can see that you're still having your head turned over your left side and you are moving and trusting that he is taking that jump correctly. And then love the blind cross here. So I see he's committed, you're turning, you're looking over your right shoulder, he's keeping his commitment. All of that looks really perfect, so that was well done. What I like on this is going from each time you're coming out of the tunnel going to these two jumps. What I really like is he's never thinking about going straight, which means you're handling that turn each time. Good job on the rear cross there. I feel as though with that rear cross, without doing a comparison, to do it on the next one as well, I feel like it's slower for him. He's kind of collecting and turning there. Love the front cross there. Very well positioned, timed, all of that. And so again, handling this opening really well. He's not thinking about the off course at all up there. And then same thing here. I felt like the rear cross was just getting you a little bit, was a little slower. Love the lap turn. So what I really like is before he's taking off, you're already stopped and you're actually backing up really well. So all of that looks perfect. Well done. Good job. And exercise 2. So here's our exercise with all of our different options that we've got going on. So really nice decel there. So he's approaching that jump. You're not moving. Really good. So that he's coming with you nice and easy. And so here's the double lap turn, starting it before he's taking off for that jump and turning. So here the only thing I would do different is you are standing still, and now you're moving. So what I would want to see is right about here, you're already moving this way. Okay, instead of waiting for him, you're kind of waiting to pick him up and then you're moving together. So kind of goal of that double lap is you can get someplace way up here as he's landing on that jump. So always think about where do I want to be, where can I go next? Even though there's not a whole lot of places to go here, kind of push out of that boundary there and leave. And so this is actually a false turn that you're doing here instead of the tandem slice that you weren't sure of. So here's your false turn. Before he's taking off, you're slowing down, you're facing him, and you're taking a few steps back. And then it looks like you're keeping him on that arm, which is perfect. So with that false turn, you could switch back to your right arm. I tend to keep my dog on my opposite arm to help with the lead change. So that's all that is. That's a nicely done false turn that you've got going on there. So right here, this is my only complaint on this one, is if we're taking a look at your motion, your right foot, meaning your dog side foot, is back. And so I can see here he's collecting, he's taking like 3 collecting steps before he's actually taking off there. And I think that's because he's a little confused. Your position tells him to take the wing, but that right foot being behind you tells him to come into you. So I think that's what's going on there. Just being nitpicky, nothing serious. But always think about your feet there, that your dog side foot should be forward if you're sending him somewhere. And so love, love, love right here. I like the blind cross. I think it's done very, very well right there. And I like that you're still moving, moving, moving. The only thing I would finish that up with would be a German. So I would actually think that picking him up on your right side would be much easier. I think that would help with that tunnel send quite a bit, because then he would be on the correct lead to get in there. So that would be my only change. And so here for the front cross to the whiskey. So front cross done very, very well, nice and early, looking at your position there, really picking him up, and he does that whiskey so well, so easy. So I think that was really nicely executed. And right there, perfect example of what your feet should be doing. That right foot is stepping forward so that he knows he's going, and much different striding for him that time than the one I was talking about before. And last one. So really nice send there. So right here, he's sending, he's committing, you're still watching him over that left side. All right, so what that tells him, that actually tells him that he's turning up just a bit instead of a regular blind cross, meaning when he's about there, you should already be thinking about and starting to look over your right shoulder instead of the left like you are right there. You're doing it a little bit more like a German turn or a Hungarian turn. An actual blind cross, he should continue straight, which is what we want. When you're looking at him too much over the first side, in this case the left side, he's actually thinking about turning up in that direction once he lands. So that would be my only complaint there, is get that head shifted over your right shoulder earlier. So all of this is perfect. This blind cross, absolutely perfect. He's committing and you're already turning. That's the first time you see him. He's taking off. He can already see the left side of you. So that's really perfect. Love that one. Good job, good job. All right, and then here the rear cross and the German. So right there, blocking the wing a little bit, okay? So I think that's probably because you were getting prepared to do the rear cross, meaning you were thinking about being next to him instead of in front of him, but still just keep an eye on your position there so that he has access to that obstacle. Really nice and easy rear cross. That looks perfect. And I'm happy with your German here. Really nice, easy commitment. He's landing. You're already next to that wing. So that looks good. That looks really good. Sorry, the camera goes a little haywire there on my end. All of that looks really good, especially that closing. So good position here as opposed to the last one. So he can see that wing right there. And you're getting out of there so nice and early on that front cross. That looks excellent. And like your positioning here, you're getting ready to do that whiskey cross already. And he does that so nice and easy for you. Very nice. And each time you have no problem doing this threadle up here. I love that front cross that you just did. It kept you moving so nice and easy. Good job this week.